What is up, guys? TEJ here, and as you can see in front of me, we have the brand new Adams Golf Idea Clubs for 2023, and in today's video, we are going to be answering a question that has come up so very often over the last few weeks. Are these clubs going to live up to the Adams Golf standard of old, or are they just here to fulfill a direct-to-consumer market niche? Let's find out. Alright guys, so Adams Golf 2023, they are back and they are focused solely on the direct-to-consumer market niche, or at least that is what we have seen from them with this 2023 release. That being said, and like I said earlier in the video, the real question here is, do these have any chance of being successful for the better player or for players who really enjoyed Adams Golf back in the late 2000s and early 2010s? Maybe they had an Adams Golf hybrid or fairway they really loved, and they're wondering if these could potentially work for their game. That is what we are going to answer in this video, but quickly, let's run through a quick breakdown of Adams Golf and their history. So back in the late 2000s, early 2010s, Adams Golf was an extremely popular brand, specifically for their hybrids and putters. Now, they also made drivers, fairway woods, and irons as well. They were all great, but mainly known for their hybrids and, yes, putters. The hybrids were actually very popular out on tour and in the bags of many higher level players, and yes, putters was a very popular putter brand, and a great example of a player who is still using the yes C-Groove putter technology today is Matt Fitzpatrick, the 2022 US Open champion. He actually uses a Betnardi that employs the same C-Groove technology that he had in a yes putter from years ago. Now, back in 2012, TaylorMade actually bought the Adams Golf and Yes Putter brand for a multitude of different reasons, but one of them being to be able to use the Adams Golf technologies in TaylorMade clubs. And one of the main technologies that you'll probably know about that is still used in TaylorMade clubs today is the Speed Pocket. That was actually something that was invented by Adams Golf and really popularized by Adams Golf that TaylorMade bought to be able to use in their clubs. And with buying Adams Golf, they essentially killed off the brand back in 2012, and over the last decade, we have not really heard any news from Adams Golf, but finally they have come back with a completely new line of Adams Idea Golf clubs, but with a different niche than they were focused on before. These are made for the direct-to-consumer market, really focusing in on that newer player or that player that wants new golf clubs, but doesn't want to spend a fortune and still gets a decent amount of performance. Now, as far as tech goes in these new Adams Golf clubs, we'll start off with the drivers, fairway woods, and hybrids. First and foremost, these are a multi-material construction, which is completely different than anything we've ever seen from Adams Golf, because back in 2010, 2008, multi-material was not really a thing. But on these drivers, fairway woods, and hybrids, we have a carbon back on the crown into a titanium front. Additionally, on the drivers, fairway woods, and hybrids, they have a precision draw weight in the sole to give those golfers just a little bit of confidence that they will not miss these clubs way to the right. What's interesting though about that precision draw weight is these are not nearly as draw biased as, say, a Stealth 2 HD, for example. Just a little bit of confidence, inspiration in these drivers, fairway woods, and hybrids. As far as the irons go, lower center of gravity, a little bit more game improvement in terms of sizing. Wedges, same thing. They are a cavity back design with a wider sole, a little bit more bounce to make them more playable. The main tech in the putters is going to be the C-Groove technology that was obviously popular under the Yes Golf brand. The fairway woods and hybrids also feature a tri-sole to help with better turf interaction. Another interesting thing to note is that there is one adjustable club in the lineup, and that is going to be the Idea driver, and it actually features a TaylorMade adapter. So if you're somebody who is looking at the Idea driver, maybe considering trying it, but you want to use a TaylorMade adapter shaft, you are going to be able to do that with the driver, which I think was a really smart move and nice touch by Adams Golf and TaylorMade. As far as shafts go in all of these clubs, you are going to be looking at the UST Helium Nanocore in the drivers, fairway woods, and hybrids, and for the graphite shafted options in the irons and wedges. As far as steel goes, in the irons, you are going to be looking at the KBS Max 85 gram and then the KBS Tour High Rev 115 in the wedges. As far as the putters go, they have a step steel shaft and a lambkin deep etched paddle grip. And then as far as grips go on all the other clubs, they're going to be the lambkin Crossline 360 grip in a gray colorway. Now, Adams Golf is likely going to be offering some different custom options as far as shafts and grips go down the line, but for right now, those are the stock options. As far as pricing goes for the driver, $299 US, so a very, very solid price right off the bat. Fairway woods are $199 US, hybrids are $179 US, irons start at $499 US, wedges start at $99 US, and the putters are going to be $149 US. Now that pretty much covers all the background tech and specs on these Adams Golf Idea clubs for 2023. And for today's video and on-course testing, we are going to be solely focused in on testing the driver, fairway woods, and hybrids out on the golf course, not the irons, wedges, or putters. And before we head out there, I just want to note, these clubs are not fit for me. These are just the stock shafts that come in the Adams Golf Idea clubs. So with that being said, the shafts are probably not going to perform exactly how I would want them to, but nonetheless, I still do feel like I can give you guys pretty good insights as to how the club heads feel, sound, look, and perform out on the golf course, and I'm very excited to do so. So let's head out there and get to testing. All right, guys, so out here on the first hole, and we've got the Adams Golf Idea driver in hand. This is the 9-degree set to 7. So since the shaft is so soft, I pushed the loft down a little bit to maybe potentially give me some help in terms of spinning it a little bit less, launching it a little bit lower. In terms of looks, fantastic. It really gives me like M2, M4 vibes. I love the carbon fiber, and although I'm not a big fan of gloss heads, I think gloss carbon fiber looks really good. The only annoying thing might be the AG logo on the front. I think they could have done away with that, maybe just put an A or a dot or even nothing, but aside from that, it looks really, really good. So let's go ahead and hit one here. Try to start it on the left side and cut it. And I pushed that, but you know what? I still think it's going to find the fairway. Really good ball flight. Felt great off the face. Not the best start, but not too bad either. All right, so now out here at the third hole, and once again got the Adams Golf Idea driver in hand. And once again, we're going to try to hit a cut and see what we got. All right, so for some reason my camera cut out there right after the shot, but it was a really good swing down the left side of the fairway, and that is pretty much exactly what I've been seeing with this Adams Golf Idea driver. Straight shots falling either just a little bit left or a little bit right. So far, been very, very impressed with the performance. Looks good, feels good, good start. So like I said, guys, we found the left side of the fairway here, and we've got about 230 yards to the hole. This is going to be the 3 hybrid, and honestly, this thing looks phenomenal. A little bit smaller in terms of size, at least in my opinion, in comparison to the 4 hybrid. I really like the look of it. Let's see what we can do. Oh my goodness, is that good? Yeah, just left of the hole. That is a fantastic feeling hybrid. Moves through the turf very well. I love the tri-sole. Very good start for the Adams Golf Idea 3 hybrid. All right, guys, so now out here at the 6th hole, for some reason my camera keeps cutting out, which is why I missed the 4th hole. But that drive ended up just down the right side of the fairway, even though it was a heel strike, which has been very good. I've really enjoyed playing this driver so far. It's going to be very interesting to see. I'm going to bring this back home to Chicago. We're going to throw the same shaft in here that I have in a TaylorMade Stealth 2, and we're going to put this up against the Stealth 2 Plus. I'm very curious to see those numbers. Can it stack up ball speed and distance wise? But so far, it has been very decently long, very forgiving, looks great, really pretty happy with it. Well, let's go ahead and hit another ball here. And once again, a great ball down the middle of the fairway, kind of middle right side. I mean, this thing is so fun to hit. It just feels like I'm hitting a 2016, 2017 M2 or an M4. Those were just so fun to hit, and this feels the exact same way. I really do not find it draw bias, even though you got this draw precision weight in there. I'm really enjoying the driver. And if you're curious about that Stealth 2 versus Adams Golf Idea driver video, that is going to be coming to the channel in the next couple of weeks. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe, click that notification bell so you do not miss that video. I think it's going to be one of the coolest videos we make. I'm very excited to see how the $300 Adams Golf Idea driver stacks up against the $630 TaylorMade Stealth 2 Plus. And I think a lot of you guys out there are excited to see that as well. So don't miss it. All right, guys, so this is where my drive has ended up on the par 5 6th, and it's going to give us a great opportunity to test these Adams Golf fairway woods. Now, something I haven't mentioned yet in the video, but I actually want to throw in here is these head covers are super premium in terms of quality. And to be honest with you guys, if they said Titleist, you would probably see these online for about $120. So I'm going to give them some props for that. And they also have the AG logo on the inside. So a pretty nice touch in terms of head cover. But moving on to the fairway woods, we have the Adams Idea 3 wood here and the Adams Idea 5 wood. 3 wood is actually a pretty big looking head in terms of size. The 5 wood is a little bit smaller. In terms of shape, kind of triangular, almost gives me sort of TSR2 vibes. In terms of shaping, in terms of design, we still have that multi-material construction. Overall, I think they look pretty good. Definitely a little bit upright. I think for me, what I've noticed is the hybrids and driver do not seem or feel super draw biased. These, on the other hand, they definitely feel a little bit more draw biased. The 5-wood sits a little bit closed, pretty upright. The 3-wood, while it doesn't sit really closed in any way, it does sit pretty upright. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and hit some shots, and we'll start with the 3-wood. We still got the tri-sole on these, so should move through the turf pretty well. I mean, my goodness, that is so easy to hit. It feels absolutely phenomenal as well. It feels super hot off the face. That was a divot, went through the turf amazingly well. I think the tri-sole was a super smart design in addition to these fairway woods. But let's go ahead and hit the 5-wood now and see what we got. Now, the 3-wood, I could potentially see a better player gaming. Really depends if you enjoy that more upright lie angle. In terms of the 5-wood, I would say I probably wouldn't see any better players gaming this just because it sits closed. It sits pretty upright. But nonetheless, we'll hit one. I slipped there and pulled it a touch, but still really good ball flight, feels great, even for a miss hit. That looks like it went plenty far. The fairway woods are pretty impressive clubs, at least in my opinion. That is what I have seen over the last few days. Could I see myself or a better player gaming them? I would say probably not, mainly due to the lie angle just being so upright. The 3-wood is 60 degrees. I believe the 5-wood is either 60.5 or 61, so quite upright. But for that beginner player or somebody who wants to make sure they do not miss their fairway woods out to the right, both of these could be a very good option. All right, guys, so we're still out here at the 6th hole. We're about 250 yards away, and I got both of these hybrids. I want to kind of hit a couple more shots for you guys. Looking down at them, I originally thought maybe the 3 hybrid was a little smaller than the 4 hybrid, but as I look down at these again, I would say the 4 hybrid definitely is a little bit smaller than the 3. I'm not sure if that was just the loft on the face throwing me off or what, but nonetheless, the more I look at these, I just don't feel like they're beginners clubs. They don't look like draw bias clubs. These look like players hybrids. I don't really know how else to describe it. I would honestly consider playing this 3 hybrid just based off of the looks. 59 degrees of lie angle for a 3 hybrid is not crazy upright by any means. But nonetheless, we'll hit some more with these and see what happens. I mean, that is superb. I'm kind of trying to hit it out to the left side there. Tight draw with the 3 hybrid. There's not much more you could ask for. I love the tri-sole. I love the feel of them. And I do really like the look. Now, the 4 hybrid, would it be something that I would consider playing? Probably not. I'm just not really somebody who needs a ton of help in the 4-iron area of my bag. I don't really struggle getting the ball up in the air. But with that being said, I honestly could see a 5 to 7 handicap who does need a little bit of help playing this club because it looks good. It just doesn't give me any sort of beginner golfer vibes. And that one, I was trying to play a little cut. That is absolutely fantastic. I mean, there's not much more you could ask for. I really think it was a mistake to market these with a precision draw weight because I've been hitting both of these hybrids for the last few days and I just don't find them to be draw biased. I think because they marketed these as sort of draw biased, they're gonna miss out on a segment of the market that loved the Adams Golf of old and they don't want a draw biased product. But if you're somebody who is considering these and you're worried they're gonna be too draw biased, I really don't find that to be an issue. I think there is a chance that these could honestly have a cult following because like I said, I've been playing these for the last few days and I am starting to fall in love with them. I would actually consider playing the 3 hybrid myself, which is something I thought I would never say after having taken a look at these when I took them out of the box. All right, guys, so out here at the 7th, normally I would hit driver on this hole, but because we're testing these clubs, I wanted to hit some more shots with the fairway woods. We got the 5-wood in hand right here and we'll just see what happens. I've really been impressed so far. Like I said earlier, I probably wouldn't game this, but if you want a 5-wood that is going to help you draw it, I think this is a good option. But let's see if we can hit a cut with it. Why not? I felt like that was a cut swing. I think there's a little bit of wind out of the right, and so it drew just slightly. But again, I mean, it feels great. Even though that was a little bit more of a low strike, it felt great. I mean, it feels nice and hot off the face, which is, I mean, I think all you could ask for in a fairway wood. Now we got the 3-wood in hand. Oh my goodness. This thing is so fun to hit. It feels incredibly good. I mean, out of the middle of the face, the fairway woods feel incredible. I don't know if you guys remember when the rocket balls came out, but I remember testing those in the simulator and I was like, holy crap. These are some of the hottest feeling clubs I have ever tested in my life. that is exactly how I feel with the Adams Golf Idea fairway woods. On lower face strikes, I think that velocity slot does work. I continue to dislike the lie angle and that precision draw weight because I just don't find these draw bias. I find them neutral in terms of a flight bias, very similar to Stealth 2, maybe with a little bit of a shallower face. I love the tri-sole. If the lie angle was maybe 57 on the fairway wood, I could honestly see myself considering playing it because it is superb. Right, guys, so we're out here at the 8th hole, and this is the last hole we're going to play, and then we're going to call it. So we're going to try to hit a couple of drives here and see what we got. I've been just super impressed with these golf clubs. I think for the price point, these are just going to be very hard to beat. I really am not sure who's going to touch these. They feel hot. They look great. I've been enjoying them, but let's hit a couple more drives, see what happens. I mean, come on, dude. That feels so good. If I was in the direct-to-consumer market, there is no way I would not put these in play right now. There's just no way. For the price point, I mean, come on. Dude, I love this driver. There's nothing else for me to say. I mean, it feels incredibly hot. It looks great. I've missed like 2 fairways over the last few days. This thing is stupid good. I am so curious to put it up against Stealth 2 Plus because if it contends ball speed wise, I think we could see sort of a cult following with this driver, not just the hybrids like I talked about earlier, but the driver as well. Honestly, it gives me 2016 M2 vibes, and we know how much people absolutely love that driver. They went nuts for it. This thing is absolutely superb. Cannot say enough good things about it. So there it is, guys. That has been pretty much all of my on-course testing with these Adams Golf Idea clubs. And honestly, I cannot say enough good things about these. I absolutely love them. I think for the price point, you are just simply not going to beat these. Specifically, the driver and the 3 hybrid have easily been my favorite clubs. I could see myself playing these, and I never thought I would say that. The driver, like I just said a minute ago, it gives me 2016 M2 vibes, and that was so popular, was easily one of the best drivers of all time. This thing is fantastic, and I love the fact that not only do they have a TaylorMade sleeve, but they also have a 9-degree head. A lot of times with companies, especially when they're in that direct-to-consumer or beginner golfer market, they only start at 10.5. I think being able to have a 9-degree that can go down to 7 is freaking awesome. This 3 hybrid, same thing. I absolutely love this club. Cannot say enough good things about it. I think Adams Golf could very potentially be back with just these 2 clubs, and so I am very curious to see what they do going forward. That being said, the couple issues I have with these clubs, first and foremost, this precision draw weight. I think that was a very poor marketing strategy by Adams Golf because I do not find these draw bias by any means, and I promise you I hate the left side of the golf course, and I just did not see many shots going left with any of these clubs. More specifically, the driver and 3-wood. I could see how the 4 hybrid, 5-wood, and 3-wood are a little bit more left biased, but this 3 hybrid and driver, I just did not see them going left personally, so I do think that was a mistake. Additionally, I wish they would have left off the AG on the top of the crown. I think it makes the crown look a little bit busy, which is not something that I personally love, but as a whole, I think there are a ton of great attributes with these Adams Golf clubs. The head covers are premium. I'm going to be very curious to see where the custom options go in the next few months. Maybe they'll be offering stuff that's a little bit stiffer, maybe better for somebody who swings it a little bit quicker. Very curious to see how this stacks up against the TaylorMade Stealth 2. Additionally, one of the coolest things I think about Adams Golf coming back is the fact that people who are in that direct-to-consumer market could go brand agnostic. I could see people playing Adams Golf driver, fairway woods, and hybrids, Tacoma irons, sub-70 wedges, new level wedges, maybe spend a little bit more money on a putter. I think that is easily one of the coolest things about this return. Not necessarily the fact that they're making irons, wedges, putters, drivers, all this stuff, but just the fact that it's giving people who are in that direct-to-consumer market more ability to play a brand agnostic set. So in conclusion, here's where I'm at. If you're a better player who is looking at these and you're wondering if these clubs could be good for your game, I think the driver could be great for a better player at a very good price point. 3 hybrid, same thing. 4 hybrid is more on the fence. Really depends if you need the height or not, but I would say yes. The 3-wood, it's going to depend if you're okay with a little bit more upright lie angle, and if you are, I would say yes. The 5-wood, on the other hand, I would say this is probably not a club I could see a better player gaming just due to the face angle and the very upright lie angle. And the last couple of things I'll add before we end this video is if you're on the fence about buying these clubs, you're not sure if they're going to work for you, well, there's 2 really nice things. First and foremost, they're actually offering 10% off if you just put in your email. So I think that is a super nice plus. Saving money on clubs that are already cheap, Not much else you could ask for. Additionally, they offer a 60-day money-back guarantee. So if you buy these and you're like, they suck, I hate them, you can send them back and get your money back. And just so you guys know, this video is in no way sponsored. It's not paid for in any way, shape, or form. I genuinely enjoy these clubs, and I think if you're somebody who liked Adams Golf of old, these could be a fantastic option. You might really fall in love with them. I was shocked at how much I liked these, but nonetheless, I have really enjoyed my time with them. Guys, that's a video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a like. Comment if you have any questions at all. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go ahead and click that notification bell, and also make sure you're following us on our other socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.